No vocab. I have zero desire to go talk to the Hebrew Israelite. Those dudes are really aggressive.
According to the numbers that I've seen, this is the fastest growing homegrown religion in America. Hebrew Israelism is growing by conversion rates.
So they're actually persuading people.
They are absolutely persuading people. Large reason is because growth is primarily attached to poorly churched Christians.
Bruce Lawn.
Vocab Malone's in the house. Hey! I don't know what I've heard of it.
Hey, Shalom, it's your brother Yvonne. Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. Alright, may the blessing of election be upon your house. The guy on the screen in the clip I just showed you, his name is Vocab Malone. He's an apologist, and he calls himself defending the gospel. When really, in all actuality, he's defending the indoctrination of a subset of people, a chosen family of people, okay? So he says, people that are converting to Israelism, making up these words, these people are people that were poorly churched. And he says poorly churched when really, all he's really saying, I'll translate for you. These people were poorly indoctrinated. So we have to find a way to more thoroughly indoctrinate them or condemn them. And that's what his job is to do, to accuse, to condemn. How dare these people that we're supposed to be over think that they could be of this chosen line? How dare they threaten the greatest lie we ever told? Yeah, the greatest lie that they ever told you was that they're the people, the chosen people of the Most High. That lie was used to put a tribe within their family line in the Holy Land, trick and bamboozle countries to send them billions of dollars, use that money and influence to push their wine and philosophy on all the nations of the earth. How dare they threaten the lie that we've been able to stand on to cast a spell over the world? You see, what's going on with our people coming back unto their heritage, that's biblical prophecy. And in the scriptures, it lets you know off the rip that the only people who are going to understand the fullness of the gospel and the prophecies are going to be of that family line. So anybody that's in the right spirit, when you go to Revelation 19:10, it tells you that the spirit of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. So anybody who's able to even be in that spirit, they can clearly see this guy Vocab. He never addresses prophecy. Who fits the prophecies of this book that you say you believe in? It's always, well, we check this data, and you know, because I think in this same lesson, he said, well, there's a lot of people in the west coasts of Africa, in Nigeria and Ghana. You come to find out, they're claiming they're Jews, and it really just goes back to them being, I forgot the word he used. I don't know, not colonized, he didn't use that word. That they came in contact with missionaries who talked to them about the Bible, so then they got confused. No, listen, you identify the people of the scriptures. You identify it by the prophecies. That's how the Lord says you will know who they are. That's why he put the curses on them for a sign and a wonder. Who fits these signs and wonders? Who fits the conditions that the Bible said that they would be in? You see, but they don't go by that. They go by what? The white man's standard. They say, oh yeah, we gotta trace your code, and this and that, and they don't even do lineage the way the Lord does lineage. The Lord goes by the seed of the Father. They don't even do lineage that way. Y'all gonna get tired. Y'all gonna realize trusting the enemy, because we do have enemies, is not the way. It's just gonna end for you the way it's always ended for you, in destruction. All right, so let's get some precepts and back to something. All right, so we go to Daniel, the 12th chapter, right? And in this first verse, it lets you know that is talking about the time just before the kingdom of heaven is established. Okay? All right, the time of Jacob's trouble. Now we jump down to verse 4 here, and we're going to get more inclination or information about what's going to be happening in the very end. Okay? Because the last days started when the Lord was crucified, but now we're in the last days of the last days. Okay? A few more prophecies have to play out before this society is flipped upside down. The end of this age is up. Okay? Now, we go to Daniel 12 and 4. It says what? But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words, meaning the understanding of the scriptures. Shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. To the time of the end. So the understanding of the scriptures will be sealed up into the time of the end. Right? So we understand that off the rip. Even to the time of the end, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Okay? But now I want to jump down in verse 10. It says, and many shall be purified, because he said it again unto Daniel, but he said something different at the end this time. It's going to give us some insight into the next precept we bring out. Right? Daniel 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white, meaning they're going to be cleaned, cleaned by the washing of the word. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, right? And they're going to be tried because they're going to go through adversity, but they're going to pass the test using this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? The knowledge and wisdom should be the stability of that time, like the scriptures say. But the wicked shall do wickedly, right? And that's of the, the people that are called the wicked and the wicked of our people. They're going to do wickedly. It says, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Now, who is able to be in that category of having wisdom concerning the things of the Lord? Because wisdom isn't just knowing, wisdom is applying. So who's able to be in that category of having wisdom concerning the things of the Lord? Well, there's a particular people in the scriptures who would always have the understanding, a bloodline. The scriptures say this. There's a bloodline of people that would always have the understanding of righteousness in the earth. Okay? So let's go to Isaiah the 59th chapter. Okay, so we're here in Isaiah the 59th chapter. When we go to the bottom of this chapter, and we'll start at at 19. There's a little nugget for you there. So in verse 19 it says what? So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. Okay? Now, in the ancient east, that's where Israel is. Okay? Really, it's the center of the world. But in the east, that's our homeland. We will be scattered all over the earth. All right, so like I got a call. But now, we would be delivered from the north country. The scriptures also say this. We're going to come back to Isaiah because I want to... it talks about the north country here in Isaiah, Jeremiah the 10th chapter, but it's also 23. That's what I wanted. So 23, Jeremiah 23 and 8. It says I'll start at 7 because it talks about our deliverance from this place. It talks about a deliverance that's going to outdo the deliverance in Egypt when the Lord split the sea. Okay, and it gives you a direction, a location. Like all the prophecies do. Jeremiah 23 and 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So people aren't going to talk about that deliverance from Egypt anymore because something's going to be so much greater. Verse 8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed. Now keep that word in mind. Seed. Led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all the countries whither I had driven them, but predominantly the bulk of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered from where? Babylon the Great, which is America. From the north country and from all the countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. So the Lord is going to set us back in our own land. Okay? Now let's go to back to Isaiah, the 59th chapter. And we'll go back to 19. right? So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. So the north country, and then you got the west, the western hemisphere. What area do you get? Northwestern hemisphere. Okay, moving on. And his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, because there's going to be a great persecution, and vocab's a part of that. There's going to be a great persecution that comes against those people that believe. And just this family line in general, even the people that are non-believers, there's still going to be a persecution that comes against them. It's just that the elect of this nation are going to have a spiritual defense to where they're able to evade the destruction. They're going to be in the midst of it, but there's always going to be an out for them, because the Lord's going to watch over them in the midst of the calamities. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. See? And the Redeemer shall come to Zion. Yahweh Shai is our Redeemer. He's going to come to Zion, to this people. And unto them that turn from transgression, all right? Sin is the transgression of the law. So those who repent in Jacob, not everybody, but in Jacob, saith the Lord. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever. So there's a particular people who are going to be able to even be in that category of having wisdom, having the full understanding of what the scriptures are about, and having the word in their mouth. But those are going to be a people that were at one point seen as nothing, pursuant to the Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. There's going to be a people that are a proverb and a byword in the earth, who are looked down upon. Those are going to be a people who it seems outlandish for them to make any claims that they're somehow special in any way. You understand? Deuteronomy 28 and 37. When thou shalt become an astonishment, this is in the curses, a proverb and a byword among all nations. So wherever you go, you're going to be looked at as a low-level people, which we are. Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So a guy like Vocab, again, it's his job to do exactly what he's doing. All right, just like Haman did in the past. Okay, he's an Edomite, and it's his job to come up. He's a part of that persecution. The enemy coming in like a flood. This is before it becomes physical. You're gonna have guys like this who are trying to say, "Oh, what you're saying isn't true. Oh, don't believe these guys. You're not churched properly. You haven't been indoctrinated properly." That's what he was going into. So, Albaratazai, nobody falls for this shit, which I doubt people are. People they see through Vocab. The guy isn't spiritual. Everything's carnal. Never went into prophecy ever. And when they try to, it's always, I'm not sure. There's a people in the scriptures that said they're going to be sure about those things. You see us saying we're not sure about prophecy? Come on. The prophets will be present in the last days. Who are the prophets? Is it Vocab and his bunch? Or is it the people that are going into the prophecy with confidence and in detail? So Albaratazai, man, if you got the eyes to see, you'll see it. So I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.